Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gaming Daddy channel. Thanks for tuning in. This video is pretty much to my subs who basically had to bear through my last video where I talked about I'll be buying a Division game. I used my phone to record the audio, and in post-production I turned it way too low. And so I apologize for that. But the whole premise of the video is I will be buying a Division game if they make another one, because there are many things about the game that I like. As much as there are so many other things that I am, not a fan of, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'll be real with you. Now, I know many of you will say, but how can you buy a game when, there are all these, in fact, from the comment section alone, I can read out, a lot of objections to that from the last video. And I made that video knowing that I was going to get those objections. None of the objections surprised me because many of us have been in this ship for a long time, dealing with the dealing with delays, disappointments, and all of that. But my major reason is because I've started to kind of learn, a lot more about how games are made, and starting to see how challenging they are, and see how management is also a huge detrimental side. I've decided to give a little bit more grace, perhaps more grace than other people. Now, this has been misconstrued as, oh, you're shilling, the company development firm is paying you and all that stuff. And it's really funny to see because, no one's paying me anything. I do have a job, and I've decided all the years I've done YouTube, those of you who've been here since day one, I told you, I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber, because you become a full-time YouTuber, then there's room for any nonsense like that. I can take 3, 4, 5 weeks. I can take a year off YouTube if I wanted to. That's exactly why and how I do YouTube, because it's the way I want to do it. So I do videos that I want to do. I, make comments that I want to make. It's really nice and freeing as well, too. I don't have to toe the line to say what I want. You need to try it sometimes, folks. It's really fun. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where, you are happy to state your position. And if somebody disagrees with you, you're also happy to, come and say, well, this person disagrees with me and I can see their point of view. And so those are some of the aspects of all of it. I think another thing, too, that really makes me laugh at the reactions I got from my last video, especially with people saying, oh, it's gamers like you that make people make terrible games. And, honestly, you can blame me and gamers like me for that. But guess something, there's something I want to just, point out. And I saw the comment from some people in this community. I remember when Division 2 was about to come out. I made a lot of videos then. I was on a big summer holiday that I started in May. And so the game got revealed at E3. So I had the opportunity to read a lot of comments and basically know a lot of people joining my channel at that time. I had about 4,000 subscribers. So a lot of people, I remember them saying they were never going to buy the Division, but those people usually commented on a lot of my videos. So I took screenshots of them saying they'll never buy the game. But guess what? When the Division 2 came out, at least a good number of these same folk even went ahead and bought the Division 2. I didn't have any reason to call them out. They're audience members, and I'm not, blaming anybody, but what's really interesting is the people who said never are the same people who eventually got the game, and they hated on the game as well, even so far through the Division 2's life cycle. So to me, what I've learned to understand is in the community, many of us are really passionate, and sometimes we can say things that, we don't necessarily mean, or things that we say out of maybe being heated because of the way the game has gone. This game will frustrate you. It's one of the most frustrating games that you will play. And some people say, but why then do you keep playing it? Well, it's just because it's my choice. There are people who play FIFA, people who have, I've played FIFA before, and I can tell you that the Division may be frustrating, but you've not seen frustration until you power on EA's FIFA, whatever year it is that you want to power on. There are many, many games that will definitely frustrate you as well. And if you want to call a game a terrible game, then there are many parameters that you have to look at. And I don't think you will call the Division a terrible game. You will call the Division a misguided game. You call the Division a poorly managed game. But you can't call the Division a terrible game just easily, because there are many parts to the entire equation. And so it's really interesting just to see, the community reaction on a video like this. You don't understand. I made this video because I'm just collecting data. Because if they bring out a Division 3, guess who has the screenshots of you saying you'll never buy the Division 3? Me. And so I just wanted to see what a lot of members of the community would say. And this is in a fun way, don't get me wrong. I do these things to gauge the frustration and, to kind of feel the heartbeat of the community as much as I can. And so even though I may say something outlandish, I really want to kind of see people's, responses. And it is true. I will buy another Division 2 game. And it also lends credence to a lot of the new games that are coming out and being revealed. I started a YouTube channel to cover Batman, DC games and stuff. And, they revealed 2 games today. People have been waiting 7 years for these games. And when they revealed the games that they had, you should have seen people go quiet like, what? Some people are excited, but you would have thought everybody would be excited. But it just also showed the reality of, how many years it would take for a game to get approved, be in development, and get dealt with. And I think the biggest surprise for a lot of people will be some of the new games that are being anticipated. I don't want to mention any name because if I dare say it, everybody would jump on me. But a lot of these games that are going to be coming out with the new console generations and stuff have been in production for a minimum of 5 years in some cases. And if you think about 5 years ago, the technology to develop a game 5 years ago is very, very ancient compared to some of the things we've seen, or not as, polished or clean, or they'll just shock us that we're probably playing games in 2021 and 2022 that look like games from 2017, 2015, even in some cases. If you put that, and that was the biggest thing with Ghost of Tsushima for a lot of people. They said, how's this game looking so, dated? Well, the game's development started in 2015. So think about your favorite game that you're anticipating and go back to its development startup when they started developing the game, and think about what that technology was like and what that technology will look like compared to the new stuff we have today. And then think about how you're going to perceive that, because your expectations are high, but they've also been influenced by 2020 and the quality that you've gotten. In fact, some of you that played the Division, you've already been influenced by its quality, and you'll be expecting that quality from other games. But what's the biggest and saddest part is that quality, you're not going to find it. And this is what makes the Division much more painful, because it has so much potential. But it's difficult to find a game that matches it in what it does correctly and what it does right. So I think it comes down to, we gamers are a very, very unique set of consumers. We'll do some really crazy things in some cases. We'll buy and enjoy some games that some people won't enjoy. This is the only shooter that I play, by the way. Basically, I don't play any other shooters. Some people play a wide variety of shooters. So if I'm saying I'm going to buy a Division 3, it's because it's the only shooter that I play, and many more reasons attached. And I know many of you will be in that boat as well, that are going to buy another Division game. And before I end this video, I wanted to just take the opportunity to say, if you're not going to buy a Division game, or if another Division game comes out and you already feel like you're not going to buy it, I am definitely in support of that, because it really is a nice thing for a gamer to be able to make their choice from an informed perspective. If this development team is not, is distasteful in a way they handle things, or their community, or their leadership, then it definitely is, something that I would encourage you to not purchase the game. Like EA's FIFA, I'll never buy a copy. Well, I say never, but I haven't gotten a copy in a few years, and I'm going strong, and I don't think I will for a while. And so, I've already kind of signed off on that. But then you have a bunch of people making them $1 billion on Ultimate Team annually. I don't go around judging them. I don't go around calling them all kinds of names. I just smile and laugh and say, everyone's got, their own prerogatives. There are people who buy Ultimate Team cards and do all the things that, they just kind of make me feel like, I don't think I can do that. But I'm not making videos like, beating or bashing on them, because some people prefer to, get their form of entertainment in different ways. There are people who laugh at the Division players. I don't bother about them. And so that's the fun part about having discussions like this. So it is what it is. I'm going to play the game. If they make a new one, in fact, I'll play this one still. I still have some exotics that I want to get. And so you're going to see me from time to time in the servers. I haven't played in a while because I've been dealing with a lot of the other content that I want to cover. It's just fun stuff. I love making videos. And so that's pretty much what it is. So I made this video as kind of a redo for those of you who had to sit and bear with the terrible video quality from the last one. And there were so many nice references of the in-depth mechanics of how they developed the, the game and what makes it really unique and intricate from other kinds of games on that video. But I just thought, I've seen your comments saying, man, the audio is too low. And so I do apologize. And I decided to just make you guys another one, just, pointing out my reasons or my reasoning about why I will be one of the first to buy a Division game. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for your time and audience. I appreciate you guys so much. This video may have this video may not be taken the way that I don't know. Maybe however you take it, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. We're grown-ups. It's what we do. We disagree on things and we talk it out. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.